there may be good news because on Thursday there's a group of people who are coming to visit me from Germany. They've invited me to write a major piece for the Frankfurt Festival for 1992. There is an ensemble in Frankfurt called the Ensemble Modern, which is a 20-some piece chamber orchestra with a lot of contemporary music virtuosos in it.
And a little straight mute obligato from you every once in a while.
And so what I've offered to do is, I said, if you'll send them to Los Angeles for 2 weeks, I will teach them a composition the same way I would train my rock and roll band.
Okay, let's take it from the thumbsucker routine. With the winds. 1, 2.
And at the same time do a sampling session with this group and then build the piece that way. And so they were very enthusiastic about that, and they're going to be here Thursday through Sunday, and we're going to see whether we can work out a deal to make this happen.
It was a kind of music that the machine couldn't do. And it's also the kind of music that I would imagine other groups couldn't play. It was pretty much designed for them.
Well, I think this is going to be a little bit different story because, first of all, they did have a budget to do it right, and the group that's playing it is a chamber orchestra which has been together for 10 years, and they came to Los Angeles last summer and spent 2 weeks with me and rehearsed with me then. Yeah, I haven't written anything rock and roll for years, and most of what I've been doing for the last year is working with this group called the Ensemble Modern.
Okay, now pick another multiphonic. We'll just see which ones work the best. Your choice. I like that one. I like that one.
It's an interesting orchestration. There's 2 harps, and one of them doubles keyboards. And then we have another keyboard player. 5 winds, 7 brass, 5 strings, 3 percussion, guitar, and mandolin. They will do choreography, they will do mouth noises, they'll do anything you ask them to do.
One thing that can be said about the Ensemble Modern, there hasn't been anything really that I have presented to them that they can't play. And that's amazing.
It's like a whole bunch of classical Steve Vais on all different instruments.
Well, last year we were experimenting to see roughly, to get an indication how far these musicians would go, what kind of insane things they would agree to do. And it seemed that there was potential to take them even farther. By the time we had finished at the last recording sessions at the studio, it was like we'd just gotten to the point where things could really get absurd. Well, you got to understand that the Yellow Shark isn't really a piece. It was just the name of the evening. It was the name of the event.
Well, let's just say that there are a lot of different elements to the production, and of course I'm one of them. One of the pieces that will be in the evening is a piece on tape called Beat the Reaper, which is what the dancers will dance to. And this is included in Phase 3.
I will be there, and I will be conducting 1 or 2 improvised pieces during the performance. But the bulk of the conducting is going to be done by a guy named Peter Rundle, who is the first violinist from the ensemble.
Zappa, who conducts the Whirlwind G-Spot Tornado on opening night, is pleased with the results, but notes, I was only able to attend the first and third performances in Frankfurt. I got sick and had to fly home. If I hadn't been sick, the experience would have been exhilarating. Unfortunately, I felt so excruciatingly shitty that it was hard to walk, to just get up onto the stage, to sit, to stand up. You can't enjoy yourself when you're sick, no matter how enthusiastic the audience.
Did you use some of the sampling techniques that where the ensemble played, and then you had that played back during their performance?
That was the opening number of the concert.
How long is the piece?
It's probably about 8 or 9 minutes long, but it's not going to be included in the album because the only reason I decided to do it was because they videotaped the first 2 shows and they needed some sort of dynamic way to get the ensemble onto the stage to make it play for television. They continued on without me. They went to Berlin and also to Vienna. They played the full concert series, but I was only well enough to attend 2 of the concerts.
You got an extraordinary reaction. 20-minute standing ovations, both the nights that you were there and were not there. How'd you feel about that?
Well, as I said to you a little earlier, there's no accounting for taste.
Oh, come on. You must have been thrilled.
I was sick, so it was hard to be truly thrilled, but I was happier that they did that rather than throw things at the stage. It was only interesting because the musicians themselves were interesting and their approach to music was interesting. It was something that I had always hoped to encounter with some group of musicians somewhere, sometime. But part of the charm of doing the project was because of the personalities of the people in the group and what their aesthetic was.